He says out of the blue, this crazed driver crashed into and totaled his parked car.
All right, Mr. Klimke, you are suing Mr. Erickson because you claim that he ran into your parked car, promised to replace your car, and then gave you a car that wasn't worthy of replacing the car you had.
Yes, Your Honor.
And Mr. Erickson, your position is that you gave him a car, he was satisfied with the car that you gave him.
Yes. The accident happened on January 8th. I was downstairs in my room, and we all heard a bang, and one of my friends had pulled up just after the accident happened, came downstairs and notified me that my car had been struck. I then proceeded outside, noticed my car was 15 feet forward from where I parked it. It was pushed up into my driveway. I then proceeded to ask him, why didn't he stop? Why did he keep going?
Why did you keep going?
I was looking for a safe place to pull over. I was in a little bit of shock.
Were you injured?
No, there wasn't an injury.
Were you alone?
Yes.
What happened? How did the accident happen?
I was heading southbound on that road which he lives on. There was a group of kids. They were heading northbound on the left side of the road. These kids, as I started coming closer to them, one of them kind of jumped out at me.
What do you mean jumped out at you?
Kind of, like this.
Like to scare you?
Yeah, and then his friend pulled him back, type of deal.
And what did you do?
I swerved to the right, and that's when I struck his vehicle.
How fast were you going?
25, probably.
25? He
Yeah.
tells me his car ended up 15, 20 feet away from the curb.
Yeah, it was a minivan, and it probably weighed a lot more, and I don't know the distance it moved, but...
You mean your car was a minivan?
Yes. So it
And
was
what kind of car did he have?
A Cavalier.
Okay. I see snow on the ground in this picture.
This happened in January.
So what was in the trunk of that car that day?
I had a rim, a cooler, and 3 lawn chairs that got damaged.
What were you doing with lawn chairs in the trunk of a car in January?
I don't know why they're in there.
I don't either. These are stadium chairs, not lawn chairs.
Yeah,
I don't see any damage to them.
they're not sittable in. The
Okay.
metal is bent.
Let me see the water cooler. That's a little $3 cooler that you get in the grocery store. Okay, what else was in there?
A rim.
Let's see it.
That's where it cracked.
Okay, so what did you agree to do to make this man whole again after you crashed into the back of his car?
I told him I would buy a vehicle to replace the vehicle I damaged.
Did you agree on a price?
He printed up kind of a Kelly Blue Book value of what my
Okay.
car would be worth.
All right, if it was in excellent condition, Kelly Blue Book says it's worth $1150, good $975, and fair $700. Did you look for a car that was valued at around $975 for this plaintiff?
Yes, I did.
And what did you find at $975?
I found a 94 Chrysler Concorde.
How much did you pay for it?
They wanted $650, and I think I talked them down to...
$500.
And
So before you even bought it, did you talk to the plaintiff and say, listen, I found a car that I think is going to be a good replacement for your car? Did you tell him that?
yes, I did.
And what did he say?
He said that would be fine, but I want to drive it before I take ownership of it.
Did you drive it before you took ownership of it?
I test drove it with 2 of my friends. We test drove it approximately 15 minutes, and then we went back to this guy's house,
And said?
and we wrote up a red slip of paper saying that he was going to give me that car for damage done to my car.
And then you signed and he signed.
Yep.
Did you bother to take the car to a mechanic to make sure that this car was worth your car? Did you
No,
do that?
I never bothered to do that.
Do you agree that there was a verbal agreement?
I thought it was all just written.
Why do you have your parents here? Are they witnesses?
Yeah.
What's your father going to tell me?
This Gregory Arthur Erickson threatened my stepdad with a baseball bat.
You decided to take that car because it was important for you to get to work.
Yes.
So I guess you didn't get to work.
No. The car ended up lasting me about 8 hours. I ended up later on that night at Walmart being stuck there for 20 minutes trying to get the transmission to go into gear just to get it home.
And what happened to it eventually?
Eventually, after the incident with him and my stepdad, the cops came to my house.
Okay.
And the cops told me to bring the car back to his house.
So how'd you end up getting to work?
I lost my job.
Okay, I'm ready to rule. I feel your pain, Mr. Luke. You're young, and you know you're hardworking. Obviously, you tried to do the right thing. So my judgment is for the plaintiff in the amount of $362. Good luck to you. Court's adjourned.